Hi there. Hey, welcome back again to Blackberry Wisdom Live. I'm your host, John Grigsby. I hope you know me, and I assume most of you do. That's why you're tuning in tonight, and I thank you for doing that. Tonight, we're going to talk about seasons. Probably my most favorite chapter of Blackberry Wisdom was the chapter on seasons. And tonight we're going to talk about that a little bit in detail. But specifically tonight, I want to talk about seasons of the year. And I don't know about you, but here in East Tennessee, we have almost experienced three seasons in the past week. It seems like we've had summer, fall, and winter all in the time span of 1 week. Man, it's been wild, but it's good. It's really good. Hey, Ellen. See, Ellen's tuned in tonight. Thank you, Ellen, for tuning in. Wherever you're at, I know that Ellen's out doing some great adventures right now. So glad she's able to tune in tonight. I want to start tonight talking about the seasons of the year, the seasons of the year, and ask you, what is your favorite season of the year? During the year, we have, at least in East Tennessee, we have multiple seasons. 4 seasons. We actually have 4 seasons. I know some places up north they only have winter and some kind of summer. So we have all 4 seasons here in East Tennessee. But I wanted to start by reading from Ecclesiastes, and this is one of my favorite scriptures too, especially when I'm thinking about writing my book, Blackberry Wisdom. Ecclesiastes 3, starting in chapter 3, says, "There is an occasion for everything, and a time for activity under heaven, a time to give birth and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to throw stones and to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to avoid embracing, a time to search and a time to count as lost, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, and a time for war and a time for peace." And if I could add only one thing, I'd say a time for blackberries. Huh? Come on, somebody. No, I'm only adding that part about blackberries. I know not to add anything to the Word of God, but for me, blackberry season is absolutely the best season of all. But as I asked you when we first started, what is your favorite season? I know some people say they just love summertime because summertime they get out and get the sunshine and all these things associated with summertime. Some people love the fall because of the colors. What's yours? What's your favorite time of the year? What's your favorite season and why? For me, my favorite season is this season. It's the season that we're in. I can look back and think back about the season that we just finished, and it was okay, but I'm not living in it. That's the way I think about it. We're living in the fall right now. As I'm recording this today, we're in November of 2022, and it is fall. It is fall of the year. Leaves have already turned and fallen off the trees, and it's starting to turn cold. And I like the fall because of the color changes, because I get to slow down mowing. Come on, somebody with that. Mowing every week has become a monotony, and I finally get a break from it. The leaves fall, and when the leaves fall, for me, that's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to gather those leaves and mulch them and use them in my garden and plan for to use them in my compost the rest of the year. It's an ongoing thing. I love the colors. I love all the foods, the festivals, everything that to do with fall. I love fall. I do. I love fall, but I also love winter. I also love spring, and I also love summer. When it comes to wintertime, which is getting ready to happen here in a little over a month, I love wintertime because all the weeds are dead. I don't have to worry about weeding. I love building fires. I love being around a fire. I love being around the opportunity to cut wood to make a fire. That's my kind of fun right there. Tracy says her anytime except winter is her favorite. A lot of people don't like winter. I like winter because you get to wear those some of those clothes. I've got a bunch of these clothes like these that are warm, and I don't get to wear them too often. I don't like wearing warm clothes because I really like being warm. So during this like during the summertime and fall or in the spring. Uh, Big Daddy Brad Bales is in the house. Looks like. Thank you, Brad, for tuning in tonight. Springtime. Let me fast forward to springtime. Springtime, I love springtime because it's a time of new growth. It's a time of blooming. It's a time of planting. It's a time of planning. And there's so much goes into planning and planting for the garden. Normally, if you have you noticed, the things I like about the seasons have to do with what you can do outside, specifically in the garden. And springtime, because of course, we're planting, making all these plans for the plants I'm going to put out. And then in the summertime, we start to harvest, and there's all kinds of activities to do outside. And I can wear less clothes. Yes, I can wear less clothes. I don't like wearing all these clothes all the time. I like running around in shorts and t-shirts. That's the comfortable me. And of course, a hat, and particularly a co-op hat, somebody says. Tracy says spring means winter is over. That's true. We're coming out of the coldness, going into spring. It's starting to warm up. Then we got the summer. The summer is a great time for getting out, going swimming. I love swimming. I love being outdoors, doing anything outdoors. But as I thought about the seasons and my favorite seasons, and my favorite season is this season, the one I'm living in, I always think to the next season. I'm always trying to plan, and I do. And in my mind, I always plan for the next season that's coming up. So right now, when I'm gathering all my leaves, I'm thinking about how can I cover my gardens, my raised beds, so during the winter they don't have an opportunity to grow up any kind of weeds, any kind of plant growth that I don't want to grow. So I've mulched them all with leaves. I'm thinking to the next season. I'm thinking right now as it's starting to turn cold, I need to be out cutting wood so I can burn it in the wintertime. I'm thinking just one season ahead, enjoying the season that I'm living in, living for the moment, right? Living large in the season that we're in. Live large in the season that you're in. But I'm always preparing for the next one. In the winter, I'm preparing for the spring. Spring, I'm preparing for the summer. You get the idea. Always thinking ahead to the next season. And you know what? It happens every year. In the wintertime, guess what? It gets cold. Summertime, it gets hot. You can plan for it. You know what's going to happen. So, seasons. I'd like to hear your thoughts. What's your favorite season and why? What do you like to do during your favorite season? Drop those in the comments. I'll go back and read those and comment on some of those later. But also everyone else who's watching and listening tonight, or as you listen to this, uh, please comment. I love the community. I've been out at some festivals. I was at a festival this weekend, and I met some folks, and they said that they enjoyed watching it. Thank you. All those are important to me. I had a friend of the family stop by and drop off some apple butter today. Man, people making apple butter right now. Great time of the year. It's great to have friends. It's great to exchange the gifts and the produce that we have available to us. I love that. I love that. My aunt and I were at a festival this past weekend. Such great conversations. People planning for Christmas time. Man, it's just a great time of the year. Every time's a great time of the year if you make it that way, and that's the way I like to look at it. Megan says spring. I know Megan and her bare feet loves spring. Am I right? Am I right, Megan? I'm right. Huh? Come on. Okay, that's all for tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about more specifically not the seasons of the year, but seasons of life. Seasons of life. I hope you can tune in tomorrow night for that 8:30 Eastern time. And until that time, I wish you blessings as you navigate the seasons of life.